Hi, Misha here, and we're at the range with another AR-15. This is the IWI-USA Z-15, the Zion 15. In a lot of ways, pretty standard gun, but figured we'd put a few rounds through it. One thing that will be the first for me, this is a mid-length gas system, and I'm not sure I've ever fired a mid-length. Anyway, let's run a few rounds through it, and then we'll go to the table to look at more of the details. And I figured, why not use these kind of knockoff Magpul mags from CZ and see how they work in a few of the guns besides the Brand 2. Well, let's get to it. Z-15, first shots. Now Jay with the Z-15. I can tell you where the shell casings were going. 15, and for some reason Jay needed an optic on it. I don't know why. She held open. Jay with the Z-15. What ammo is that?
This is Wolf 55 Green.
What do you think of it?
This actually, it's very smooth. I think the mid-length gas system makes it quite smooth. It's a lot more fun than I was expecting, to be honest.
How do you like the B5 furniture?
The B5 furniture is great. I really like the very straight pull and stippling on the grip, on the pistol grip. And I've always been a fan of the soft mod stock.
Yeah,
so.
I like how the back of the grip isn't stippled, so it doesn't rub up against the web between your thumb and forefinger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alrighty. Z-15, one more time. Alrighty, so we're back from the range with the IWI Zion AR15, Z-15. For some reason, Jay needed to put an optic on it. I don't know why. Just a little primary arms button optic. It used to reside on my Brin. You know, red
For
dot.
what it's worth, those things are discontinued now. So
Sweet. Were they blowing up?
It's primary arms. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. So, about this, the bare bones points that you can read and hear on every website. You've got a 16¼ inch heavy profile barrel, free floated, M-lock handguard with a long top pick rail. Does not come with sights. Mid-length gas system. The barrel is a 1 in 8 twist, chrome moly. Typical A2 port door, typical brass deflector, forward assist, typical charging handle, 6-position buffer tube, receiver extension. Not sure how staked it is. Internally, it's an M16 spec bolt carrier, standard weight carbine buffer, standard, I guess you call it low shelf lower. Take standard mags, standard one-sided safety. So, why do we end up shooting this more than we'd really planned? Well, a few things. First off, it has B5 furniture, a B5 SOP mod buttstock, which I have on my Colt M4, and this one's very tight too. Colt M4 A1. I really like this stock. Good cheek weld. It's just generally speaking comfortable and fits quite tightly. Nice rubber recoil pad. You can store some batteries or cigars or whatever in there. Fruit roll-ups. It also has a B5 pistol grip, which, as we commented earlier, is nice. It's a pretty straight profile. It has a checkered front and side, but the back is not checkered, which I like because it doesn't irritate the web of your hand, but it still gives you a good grip. It's a nice grip. It's nothing special. The gun is reasonably smooth. A very standard, but on the higher end of standard. Mil-spec trigger. It's pretty tight, but not super tight. It wasn't mag sensitive. So what do we like about it? And we did actually like it. I originally brought this out just because we haven't done an AR video in a while, and I have these in the store as kind of an economy level gun that I feel is pretty decent. But this was our first time really shooting one. One thing, it balances very well, even though it's a relatively heavy profile barrel. That's offset by this very streamlined, lightweight, skeletonized handguard. It doesn't have a bunch of nonsense on it. It has a very simple A2 flash hider. It's threaded 1/2x28. You know the deal. The same back here. We don't have an ambi safety. We don't have a fancy trigger guard. Very straightforward. Yet at the same time, it's not lacking things like the port door. And again, we like the B5 furniture. This ships typically with one windowed Magpul mag. It also comes with a M-lock forward sling attachment, so you can put a sling on. It's a very straightforward, no-nonsense gun. It has very light felt recoil. It balances well. It's a good modern representation of keep it simple, stupid. And I mean that as a positive thing. It really is. And even before we started today's range trip, as I told Jay, I'm really glad the rails everywhere, pick rails everywhere, that fad has started to go away, because M4 type guns were getting ridiculously heavy. And this is starting to return to pretty lightweight. It's not XM177 light, but it's getting there. And it just feels solidly built, well built. And IWI is at least a military contractor, even if this isn't necessarily a military spec gun. At least it's coming from a company that supplies militaries. So, I don't know. You'd like to hope that they know what they're doing. And I think the fact that they're not touting this as the best AR ever, a game changer, they're just pretty much saying, here's a modern AR, kind of an economy level to compete with the Smith & Wesson or the Springfield Sanct or what have you. So that's why we ended up shooting it more than we really anticipated, and we had no stoppages, no failures. Shot it with a brass case, steel case, no problems. Not much else to report. It is in our opinion, solid AR15 from a plenty reputable company. Made in Pennsylvania, or at least assembled in Pennsylvania. The 1-in-8 twist is kind of nice. You can probably shoot a pretty wide range of ammo, down from 55 grain up to at least 69 grain without any real worries. It does have M4 feed ramps for whatever that's worth. And it's just, it's ready for you to customize it. And that's really about it, guys. There's plenty of AR-15s on the market, and this is just another one, but maybe a bit of a sleeper. I think MSRP is around $900 on these, and retail's a little below that, although with the election coming up, who knows? And that's about all I can think to say. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to post them below. And we're kind of saying this, Jay and I both own a Colt 6920 SOCOM, as well as Daniel Defense that I had today. I've had FNs before. So my standards for ARs are relatively high. Maybe not the highest in the world, but yeah, I've had a few decent ones in my life. And yeah, we both found this to be very acceptable. And it's ready for you to just kind of configure it however you might want. And it's, I think, at a price that's reasonable. You can find a few cheaper, like Radical or PSA, and I'm not saying they're bad either. I just think this maybe for 100 or 200 more gets you a little bit more of a recognized brand name. Don't really know about the barrel. Yeah, like I said, it's a chrome moly. It's not cold hammer forged, I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I probably am now that I said that. But nothing's a red flag. So, and the intermediate gas is kind of nice. I have I think Jay reminded me I did fire a intermediate gun that he had built. We nicknamed Marvin. And so I have fired an intermediate once that was one that he put together from a kit. So we'll say this is my first factory intermediate, and yeah, I like it. It kind of keeps the same dwell time from the muzzle to the gas block as a 14.5-inch M4. And it really does seem to help mitigate recoil and whatnot. But with that, we'll let you go. Again, if you do have questions, feel free to post them. And if you could, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you'd like to help support the channel, please check out the link to our Patreon page. We have a tier system there, like I guess everyone does, and we do our best to be responsive. With that, this is Misha, and also on behalf of Jay, we will both catch you very soon next time.